Hello and welcome to the space of conscious co-creators. Today we are at Icaros Medicine Music Festival in Portugal. My name is Uma, and as always I'm joined by Shani.
Hello, hello.
And today we have the great honor and pleasure to have two special, beautiful guests. Ogi, if you would be kind to introduce Guruji, Swami.
Hari Om. Thank you for having us, Uma. Thank you. My name is Swami Ogananda, and this is Guruji Swami Nardanantir Maharaj. Guruji is from India. Our main ashram is in Ujjain, one of the holy cities of India. We are a part of a lineage called Siddha Mahayoga, and Guruji is the current Acharya of Siddha Mahayoga. We have many sadhaks around the world that are enjoying this divine flow and Guruji's grace. So our main ashram is in Ujjain. We also have ashram in Jaipur and also Pushkar. And outside of India, our first space for sadhaks and first ashram is in Brazil, in Natal. Also Venezuela. Nowadays sadhaks have come together in Europe. We have a very beautiful space in Czech Republic close to Prague, about an hour away from Prague. Also Belgium, France. So Guruji is continuing in this journey of awakening people. And soon we'll have a space in Italy, in Sardinia. Actually Sardinia is almost Italy. It's its own land. So
Yes.
Guruji gives all of his time visiting the Sangha and sitting with people to meditate, so that this process can become easier and easier. And we have also a co-created space online where we meet few times a week. We have one, you can say, like a social network of how our Sangha is connected. It's on Mighty Network, and it's called Just Enjoy Meditation. It's all created by us for just to facilitate being able to sit to meditate and listen to Guruji's wisdom in the satsangs. And our website is www.siddhamahayoga.com, where you can find a little more information about the lineage and also how we meet up. So that's it. Everyone is welcome. Thank you very much. You really create an amazingly beautiful space to send messages to people of awakening, of living life in a good way, of enjoying life. Thank you for these conscious co-creations that you host. Hari Om Tat Sat, and Pranam Guruji for you. Infinite grace. Hari Om.
Thank you. We actually did a meditation this morning with both the Guruji and Ogi. And what I experienced in this meditation was so much love in my body at a certain moment. However, what I noticed afterwards was my mind kind of kicked in and then the love just disappeared. So my question to start off is why do we feel so much energy and love during meditations? And how is it so easy to lose this connection to this love that we experience?
Actually, I remember when I was very small, and I'm playing, and one time what happened, one scorpio bite me. I was like him. And I was having very much pain. And when my mother saw, immediately she captured me and she put me in her lap. And she, what happened? And she told, and I told, someone, some insect bite me, and see, it was here. And she started to, like her hand with love. And this pain disappeared. What happened? So, even since then, I knew the power of love. And my mother, I remember, in my neighbor, one boy, his mother died. And this boy, because without mother and a newborn baby, and she was crying and crying and crying because he lost mother. And at night he was crying. At night my mother went there and gave this boy to her. And at that time, my brothers, sisters, they are quite big. And so actually she has no milk in her breast. But because for this much love for this boy, the milk started to come. This is the power of love. When I think about that, and then I understand the power of love, how much. And definitely this is all grace of, God or Shakti, whatever, And somehow, because I was very much looking to realize the truth. I was not this kind of person. If suppose someone is telling and you believe, just believe. I never believe what people tell. I would like to have experience. If there is no experience in my, like if anyone something is telling, it has no meaning. If someone is telling, okay, I will bring for you stars in here, I told, bring, then I believe you. Not like telling someone, like from heaven I can bring something for you. It has no meaning for me. I always say, if there is a truth, show me the truth. So definitely I have to tell, if you have really deep wish, deep desire, and you are very honest inside you, and God provide you anything what you like. And I was, I was having many experiences in my life. But I would like to know what is the technology behind it. If I am in deep meditation, but why it is? What is the technology behind it? So definitely I have to tell, somehow I found this kind of masters who really practically, not to tell you will go to the heaven, you will that, He just told me, okay, sit with me and feel. And I was sitting like at that moment I feel like full of joy, full of love. And really, like sometime, if there is some water, dirty water, if you put some chemical, all dust goes down and you can see the clarity. I felt that.
It's possible to
So-
speak a little bit louder.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the people can listen better.
So, like you are asking about that, so I have to tell you that truth should be, or whatever that perfect should be. You should experience this. You are sitting with me. You are enjoying. This is only my love. I am not a person. I never teach any kind of technique or any kind of anything. I am not a teacher, and my master also, and also I am not interested if you people follow me or not follow me. This is not my subject. If really people are thirsty to realize something, just come with me and sit with me, and you can feel. And also I have to tell you, sometimes people say that I feel some energy from you, and also I am not give any energy or any some pranic energy or some other kind of energy. This love is my energy, and this love, when your inner potential, when you like your inner, every person is inside the hidden this power. I try to wake up this power inside you, and this is yours, not my energy. Like as you are telling that you are enjoying, so this is not my energy. I only blessed for you with my deep heart, with love. And this, whatever you are feeling, this is not like a end. If you are sitting with me in meditation, only at that time you will feel forever. You will feel forever. You will enjoy forever. And this love is not like my love. Actually, the truth is behind everything. Love is behind everything. And everybody looking for love. When yesterday I was sitting like this opening, they invited me for the opening the program, and I see the people, I was feeling they are looking something, and I feel they are looking for love. They are looking for love. That's why people are here in this much amount people. So this is only I work. I don't there is no any effort or anything. Just with my love, I pray with my love. That's all.
I have a question. Sometimes we say that between love and hate there is a very fine line. Why do people suffer from love, and why do people suffer?
Actually, we need everybody thirsty for love. If somehow you cannot find the love, and then you or some break your heart, then you can feel hate or like what we say in English, you feel very sad or like and
Resentful.
yeah, like a very there is a beautiful word I forget, like very very sad inside. And
Grief.
grave if you can say, and many inside like a depression or anxiety or because whatever you are looking, somehow you cannot get it. And with this love you feel happy, Actually, who is happy never had any kind of anxiety or any kind of depression or anything, just joy, bliss. So, yeah.
You brought up an interesting point earlier when we did the meditation and connecting it to this feeling of we are all children of God, and connecting back to the root of everything. And as we see today, there's a lot of people who misinterpret what that means, and we fall into arguments and fight and hate. And what I want to understand is a little bit of what is love, this energy that we speak of, and how do we tap into this energy of love when in our daily lives we are so consumed by things that are always pushing us away from love. How can we stay true to the power of love and the path?
One thing I have to tell you, actually life is very simple. Nothing can be simple than our truth or our life. But somehow our attention is in different direction. And people are, because of this, we are not connected with the truth or with right track. And if you lost, it's very easy if you can manipulate a lost person. So this is happening. Many nowadays you can see everybody would like to become like a contractor of God. They say you cannot attend God without my
I like that.
like,
Contractor of God.
Yeah, they are contractor. Many all religious persons. Someone say you have to follow this person and then you can go to the heaven. Otherwise you have to you cannot go. So everybody would like to become contractor of God. And this is human nature because of this greed, and first they are trying to manipulate and then they become contractor. Like I was in few years before, I was in Europe, in Belgium. So there is my sadhak, and he is doing this Shaktipat practice, and he is also like a member of this European Yoga Alliance. So I was asking him, he every year they do like yoga festival, different countries, and I was asking that sometime you invite some people, some yogis from India, and he told before we invited, but now we stopped. And I asked him why you stopped, and he told because sometimes the Indian yogi they can attract my student, so we lose our business. So nowadays every country they have like without permission, his permission, even you cannot teach yoga. You become contractor of yoga. Like a religion, you cannot enter without my permission or without my conditions. So everybody would like to become contractor of yoga, a contractor of even heaven. So there are lot of illusions are there. I don't want to. I always say, the truth is always simple. If some if is becoming, who is making difficult? We are making difficult. We don't need any preparation for the truth. We don't need to have any preparation to connect with God. You don't need to have any media to connect with God. God belongs to everyone. Why we need these contractor? Why we need that? Just with heart, touch your anahata and call to the God. He will listen you. So if this is nowadays you see the religions, I think on the name of religion, how much people are like a multi-trillion business is happening in the world, so they are trying to make more complications. If simple, then who will, their all business is finished. And these people, actually they have own ambitions, so fulfill their own ambitions, people are trying to manipulate and then this is very difficult and this is happening. And even some people, they are fulfill their own ambitions, own dirty desire. People say you have to kill this person, you have to do that, then you go to the heaven. This kind of things also happening in the world. So we are making the complications. Otherwise, truth is always simple. Just to open your anahata. Just with love, and then you will see. I am not telling you it is necessary if you come with me or not. Every person having this potential, every person having this Mahabhav inside. We need to connect with that. But we are not looking inside, they are looking out. Someone can give you, someone can give you. What a person can give you? Nothing. This is a big illusion we are living.
Yes. Yes, I feel like a lot of people, we fall into this illusion and we think that this is all there is to life. And when it comes to like actually falling into like our heart and living from our heart, how do you like suggest for people to take that path if maybe they feel a bit disconnected from time to time? Is there a practice that can help them? I know you did some amazing chanting and meditations, and what kind of practices?
Yeah,
can
chanting,
support?
I just pray to God, I pray to the great masters who devoted their life for the develop the humanity or connect with God. But actually, every person having the same potential as what I am having. According to this Vedic system, they say every person born with this highest potential. There is no differences. No one is special. Sometimes people ask Rama, Krishna, Buddha, or some another like Pagambar or something. Actually, there is no special. Everyone has having the same potential. So only we need to connect with this potential. So to connect this potential, you can connect with love, or maybe with some effort-based process also you can do that. But we need to connect our potential. We all are equal. There is no difference. And it's very easy, it's very easy, and we don't need any preparation. Like sometimes I give example, like if you go to visit your boss, or if you go to visit your like in office or some another country or somewhere to visit your friend, always you need some preparation, how you go and how I am looking, what kind of clothes you need. But when you go to your home, you think, oh, I am going to my home, what kind of clothes I need to wear. You never think that. Just go to home, because simple thing. So always your truth is always is simple. But if you are trying something else, you need many preparation, or maybe you will successful or not, who knows. But if you would like to meet with yourself, if you would like to enter in yourself, if you like to connect with your inner potential, you don't need any kind of preparation for that.
Yes, however, I feel a lot of people is very confused and very busy and very miserable and very focused in the future and the past, and finding the connection to yourself, to the inner self, is impossible for them, because inside there is only suffering. So people look for distraction outside. How to reestablish this connection with the heart, this truth, for people who are looking for it.
Yeah, I understand. That's why, if they are looking something from outside, if they are believing others, blindly. If they are believing others blindly without logic, they are not using their own viveka, it will happen and it will be happen. So it's very important, little bit think about yourself, little bit use your viveka means like a discernment. You think about yourself, So if you believe others, it will happen. But nowadays I saw many religions are there, they say don't make any question about religion. No question allowed it. Just what I am telling you believe. Like they would like to make you slave. Just what I am telling follow. And if this is like a sheep life, just they are doing, and how this kind of person can get freedom, how this kind of person can understand the truth if totally they are depend on others, like their their happiness or their sadness depend on others. If suppose you are the person, someone is telling you are a bad person, you feel very sad, but I am bad or not. I am telling, if I am true, whole world tell that you are not true, I will never believe anyone, because I know myself what I am. If I am not true, I am bad person. If suppose someone is, oh, you are very nice person, you are very nice person. These person cannot make you nice. You know what you are. So that's why I always say, try to see yourself. Don't believe others. Develop your viveka. Like viveka means discernment. Wake up your eyes. That's why his Vedas they mention Uttisht Jagrat Prap Viranya Bodhat. Wake up. Open your eyes. Don't be blind. Think what you are doing. Think about deeply what is right and what is wrong. And this is very normal, because every person they have own agenda, every person they have own ambitions, and so why we should become part of this on others agenda? We should think about yourself. So believe in yourself, experience yourself, and everything is hidden in you. Since you start to think with a discernment and try to see inside, you will find that you have everything. And this truth, this love start to appear automatically in you.
Yes. That is it. And I feel that there's a lot of people who feel that and resonate with that. But I like the thing you mentioned there about discernment and being able to tell the difference in between one and the other. So when somebody is lost in this loop and this pattern, how can they get out of that way of thinking and really connect back to the heart? Like, what's the way of anchoring into the heart?
So there is only way that as I told you, believe yourself. Try to see yourself very deeply, and then automatically, because human is having very high potential. No one is special. Every person having same high potential. And don't like blindly believe anyone. Don't become like a sheep.
Okay.
Just try to see inside. Wake up your viveka, and then you can see. Viveka means, there is a Sanskrit word is there. Viveka means like a nitya vastu viveka. What is right and what is wrong, and what is temporary and what is permanent. So, if suppose I am telling you, there are many things are there in this world. Many people are running behind the money. Money is not permanent. You did not bring money with you. And if you are collecting many things, what will happen? What this can give you? I am not against of money. Whatever is necessary, but we need to have viveka. Viveka means very, very proper,
Right.
understanding. I was reading one story of Alexander the Great. When he was dying, he would like to become conqueror of the world. And when he was dying, and there was a very powerful army he was having. One side, one powerful army standing in front of him. Another side, many beautiful women are there. Women are there. Beautiful children is there, and lot of valuable things, lot of prosperity, everything around him. And many expert advisor, ministers, everything was there. And many greatest doctors means like natural doctors or in front of him. But even then he was feeling helpless. Everything was there. So he was having fear, helpless. Everything is there, but he was having helpless. Why he was helpless? Because his happiness depend on others. When your happiness is depend on yourself, and then if you have something or you have no something, you will enjoy your life and you will be happy.
Okay.
Actually, your inner potential is contain all pleasure, all happiness, what can be. We need to evolve ourselves.
Yes. You mentioned about not following as well, and questioning. I feel like a lot of people nowadays in our society, we've been taught to follow from when we're kids. We are kind of conditioned into just following and not questioning things. So how do we change that programming and start to question things more when it comes to our spirituality and connection to God?
Actually, we ourselves poisoning our children. Someone has to wake up. Someone has to stand for that. I am very sure it can be very difficult. If you start this kind of things, you can have many enemies, many people. They can make you in problem. But someone has to come out. Then only you can do something.
Okay.
Otherwise, what is happening? Just we are becoming, we are sheep and we are making our children sheep. This is happening. In Western world, I saw one thing is very great. They try to give lot of freedom to the children and lot of love to the children. That's why in Western world, at least they have no sanskaras, but at least they can become big scientists. They can think many things. But I saw many, different, society, sects. They would like to control the children. So they don't know. They totally lost. They become totally sheep. So there is no science. They cannot develop their brain. They are just a sheep.
Okay. Thank you. We will open the floor for questioning. If anybody has anything, please feel free to raise your hand and we'll pass the microphone if you have a question for the Guruji. If anything comes, feel free to raise your hand.
Please come here because it's too much hot. Please come here. Here. Come. Yeah, please come. Here. Or come close to here. Come. It's too much hot. I saw these people. They are even they are enjoying, they won't feel even hot. But when I see you, I could feel you are. Come, please. Yeah.
We have a question from.
Yes, please.
So you were mentioning about samskaras.
What?
Samskara
Samskar. Yeah.
are patterns.
Yeah.
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 And so I feel like throughout life, I have 3 children myself, and I see how early on they tend to have these patterns that just comes like layers and layers and layers, and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And so when you start to reveal or want to bring awareness to your samskaras, is that all really that you need to do, just to become aware? And then it will resolve, it will
Yes.
be clear.
First, we need to understand what is sanskara. Sanskara is like a imprint of whatever you are learning from outside. Like what sanskar develop in our life. If suppose someone putting you some differences, like in the society you can start to hate. This is also like if you are putting some differences, sanskara turn in hate. And attachment, someone, this is this money, building, these, what we are giving, what we are teaching our children. We are giving sanskaras to the children. This is, without money you have no life, without that. Nobody is trying to talking about the truth, about the permanent thing. So I am telling you, we are in this situation. I am telling, if suppose you have if you have anger, if you have ego, and also I was this, yesterday I was mentioning in this morning in satsang, I was talking about the love. Suppose you are a very angry woman. Why you are angry? Angry because we are thirsty something, and when you not get, then you become angry. If you are very satisfied, you never feel angry. Ego, because of you are not satisfied, that's why you are feeling ego. When you are sad, who is caring about the ego? Who is caring about the anger? And I am telling you, if suppose you are very egoist woman, just I am telling, I am not telling about you. And if suppose somehow you find a beautiful person and who give you like a full love, and this much love, who can fully satisfy you, and then your ego exists or your anger exists, it disappears. So in this way, when you're fully satisfied, or when you find your love, we are not satisfied because we did not recognize our love, we not recognize our truth. That's why we have ego, anger, jealousy. One day when you recognize your love, when you recognize your truth, when you recognize, and then you are totally satisfied inside. And when you satisfied, and then all your sanskaras, ego, anger, jealousy, fear, hate, greed, everything is slowly all dissolved, like, from the root. This is also happen when you do yoga, pranayama, and dharana, and dhyan. When your Sushumna Nadi start to, like a flow in same amount, and this make develop the Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna means peace, the joy, and then automatically you will feel all impurities, all ego, anger, jealousy, sanskaras, slowly you will feel is becoming less and less and less and less, and one day there is only joy. Where you are sitting, just joy. Where you are sitting, just love. If you are looking for trees, just love. If you are looking for nature, just love. If you are looking for animal or mountain or everything, just you are enjoying. Everything is beautiful. But because we are living in sanskaras, so sometimes this is not good, this is good, this is not good. So we cannot, because of this impurity, you cannot see the love. And you cannot enjoy. When you see yourself, when you see your Atma, when you see your inner potential, then you will see how much beautiful this world. Nowadays people are trying to reach on moon. Nowadays many companies, they are plotting there. You go to the moon. So what people can do there? They can get peace there. With this dirty mind, if you even go to the moon, you will fight there for plot or for many things. So actually, the heaven or hell, everything in your mind. If your mind is pure, you are in heaven. And if your mind is impure, even you are living beautiful place, but you are feeling hell. So really, this is called like living heaven, like living liberation. We need to reach in living liberation in this life, and we need to enjoy. Our life is for that. Our birth is for that. And this is our birthright. We need to know, we need to enjoy in this life. We should not, push this kind of things on. We will, after death, you will go to the heaven or you will not go to the heaven. This is just illusion. And if suppose someone is telling, you will go to the heaven, if you do that, this is only your illusion. It is only manipulation. It is only brainwash. Nothing else.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions from anybody here? Thank you.
I have a question, yeah. How can we inspire others to find this love within them once we find it within ourselves?
First, we need to start our journey from yourself. Many people are there, they don't want to change ourselves, the self. They are thinking, I can do, I change the world, but they don't want to change themselves. So our journey should be start with ourselves. First you enjoy, first you need to connect with this divine process. First you need to connect with your inner potential. First you need to see the power of your inner potential, but you need to enjoy your power of love. And then automatically, from your body, from your mind, automatically some divine energy start to flow. People will get automatically. Even if you are giving or not, I am telling you, many people they say, today also this morning I was giving satsang in California on Zoom. Some people are telling, Swamiji, if I just see you, I feel like bliss is coming, the joy is coming. So just if you are changing other person or not, you can give many things. And also one thing I will tell you, like you have this much power, everyone, like like computer, mobile, everything, whatever you are typing or whatever you are talking, the supercomputer, everything is memorizing. You cannot hide anything. Maybe you can delete something from computer, but everything is going in supercomputer. Same way, supercomputer, even it has limited, people say it has unlimited, but still it has limitations. Whatever you type, it only take this. But nature is also memorizing you, your actions, your thoughts, everything. If you are changing yourself, if your consciousness is high, nature is memorizing, and this nature is spreading everywhere your thoughts, your love, your joy, people will affect. In this way, I am very sure we can transform this world. We can transform automatically. But everyone should start from ourselves. First, we need to focus ourselves. Many people are there. They think they don't want to change, but they change the world somehow with thread or with pushing or with controlling. They don't want to change, but they would like to change. So this is like a mental sickness. So the true things is that we need to start ourselves. That's why, and I am telling you, I am not going to give you anything. Just sit with me in a meditation, and with my just prayer. I am not giving you anything. Just I pray with my heart to the God or to the whatever the truth. I pray, okay, this person also enjoy as I am enjoying. But this, if I do this sankalp with my deep heart, and people will start, and then you will see.
One more question on non-duality. Is it possible to experience only happiness and love and never experience the shadow, the negativity?
If once there is a certain state of consciousness, but one thing is very important, because this prayer, what I do, this is very powerful seed. This never delete. Actually, according to the system, this seed, if you are very serious, if you are very honest, this seed make you fully enlightenment in this life. But sometimes people they don't give this much time for meditation, or don't give importance somehow, because there are many impurities are there inside. But this seed is always with you. It's very powerful seed. It never delete, never go out until a person not get enlightenment. This seed is there.
Thank you. If we have any more questions from anybody here. Yes.
So I want to ask, when you are not understood by others,
What?
and when you are not understood by others, and the others don't understand you, and you don't understand others, how can we find peace when there's no understandingness? I'm talking even with friends or couples. How can we find peace if there's no understandingness? Or how can we understand each other's better?
Problem is that people are trying to convince other, and people are trying to tell you need to understand me. But we never try to understand yourself. First you need to understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, and then people will understand you. If I am already confused and I am telling I can solve your confusion, how is possible? Always the path, the real guidance start from ourselves. So start from ourselves. Try to see, with your discernment, first to go inside, touch your anahata, touch your heart, and try to see what is hidden in you. Very honestly, not only just trying. You have to really very curiosity you have to have. and then you will see. Sometimes people say that, what you do. Actually, I don't do anything because I am living in this, I am, I am telling you, I always feel like this joy or bliss. I am 24 hours, even I am sleeping, but I feel like something is, people, sleep close to me, people can feel love flowing, bliss flowing. I always feel like sometime before meditation and after meditation, always I pray, for every, for, this is only words, but actually from my heart always is bliss, love is flowing. So, if it is possible, you can, this morning you came here and you can feel this love, you can feel this energy, or also you all alone, alone also is possible, because this potential already is there inside you. You are very independent with this potential. But if you, come to the Siddh Master, it's become more easy. If you have matchbox, you can burn easily, and if you have no matchbox, you have to do some more effort to create the fire. So this is the only difference. But every person has right to enjoy yourself. Every person has right to know yourself. If you have this love in your anahata, if there is anahat chakra, is for what? To open. If you have eyes, to what? To see this world. If you have ear, what? To hear. If you have anahata, already you have this anahata. What? To love. Only we are not using because we are very much busy outside, so we cannot feel, we cannot enjoy. But we can. But you have to be very curious about that, you have to be very honest about yourself, and you have to be very serious about that, and then everything is possible.
We have one more question.
Hi, Guruji. What is the role of tools like...
What?
What is the role of tools like money or artificial intelligence or technology in this quest to happiness?
Listen, this is any tools of the money or like AI or anything. This is not much important. If you are using is okay. If you are not using is okay. But important is that to connect with yourself. Like many scientists, they did many invention. But if they did not recognize themselves, and then what is the meaning of all these things? But I am telling you, whatever you are using your AI or money or whatever, I am not against anything, and system also not against anything. Sometimes people, they rule, you cannot do that, you cannot do that, you cannot do that, you should do that. According to, they make law and all these things, they are trying to bind you. But the Shaktipat system never trying to bind you anything. Shaktipat system is only telling whatever you are doing, you can do, but most important in your life, you need to aware about that. You need to connect with that. If you are having computer is okay, but if you have no love, what is the meaning of this computer? You did not enjoy the love in your life, what is the meaning of that? But if you enjoy the love, if you have computer or not computer, it doesn't matter. So nothing is obstacle in your life. Only obstacle, if you cannot recognize yourself, you cannot recognize your inner potential, this is it means you are really missing your life. You are, you are not giving importance of your life. So what is the most important? We are denying or not giving importance. And what is not very important, the whole our energy is we are focusing on it. This is not permanent. And if you have multi-million dollar or very big owner of this field, many things, but what you cannot take nothing with you, but you can use it. So Shaktipat system says that, and also in Upanishad they mention Ishavas midam sarvam yet kinchit jagatyam jagatin tektin bhunjitha magradha kasasatana. This world is for you. You know how beautiful trees, these flowers, this mountain, these lakes, rivers, everything is there. You go, enjoy, you can take bath. You can have beautiful wind, enjoy beautiful wind. You can enjoy the sun. You can enjoy everything. This is for you. But don't forget what is your real, real achievement. This is only for joy. Like when you go to the hotel, like 5-star hotel, and you pay, and you are enjoying, but you never think this is mine. But you try to enjoy, because if you booked for, suppose for 1 month, you try to enjoy this full month. You can take hot bath, you can take a shower, or you can take like swimming pool, everything try to enjoy. You know that this is, I booked in only for 1 month. So how much you try to enjoy, you enjoy, no problem. But don't forget this is not my home. So same way, this world is, whatever is there you can enjoy, but don't forget this is mine. This is God's, it belongs to God. When we came here, it was as it is. When we go from here, it was as it is. So whatever this world is there, every single things are there. Nobody is telling that you should not enjoy. You can enjoy everything, but what is the main thing? What you came for, here for? You try to connect with yourself, with your inner potential, with love, with truth. That is very important for your life. So we should not, deny this. This is, you have to accept, and then the rest of things, whatever you are doing is okay. So in this way, really we can enjoy both of world, not only this external world. Both of world you can enjoy. This world and the another world means like your true world, your true love, your true happiness. Satchidanand, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. This is the real beauty. We should not, this all beauty is, everything is temporary, but there is also permanent beauty, whatever is hidden in you. We need to enjoy this beauty. And also you can enjoy this external beauty too. What is the problem?
So I love what you said about simplicity, that life can really be simple. But I feel like in this world that we are living in, we make life very complicated for ourselves. And there are so many distractions in the world around us that just takes our power away. And we are in war and we fight, and it's either we believe that we are not whole, that something is missing, that we need to search for something out there that is going to fix us, or do something, or buy something, or whatever, something's going to heal us. Or we feel superior. I feel like it's just switching from one to the other. It's either the dominant, ego, the big ego, but also the wounded one that feels also I'm not enough. And so in our daily life, what I'm wondering is like, how can we, just normal people in everyday life, what kind of simple practice can we do to bring our awareness back to the simplicity?
First thing is that there is a beautiful Upanishad. It's called Atma Pujit Upanishad. You need to respect yourself rather than any other person. You have to respect your inner potential. how much richness you are having inside, you need to respect, you need to understand. And another thing, if many things is happening, manipulation, everything is happening, different kind of information is happening. Some people come, we need to see what is their intention, what is the agenda behind. We have to open our eyes. If suppose someone is behaving with you with love, first of all you need to see what is the agenda, what this person like. But sometimes we become emotional and we cannot understand, and then we become in difficulty. So that's why every time we need to open our eyes. If you not open your eyes, you can fall down definitely. So first thing, you need to respect yourself. Respect for what? You have to, when you respect yourself, and then something will come out, your truth will come out. Your potential is wake up. And when your potential is wake up, and then you can see the truth. Nowadays media, many things, like many war, and people are confused. People have no idea who is right and who is wrong. So when your viveka, your discernment, when you open your eyes properly, able to see with your inner potential, and then you can see what is the agenda behind, what is happening. What is happening is always like that. At least you start your journey from yourself, with yourself. If you open your eyes, she is open her eyes, he is open his eyes, I open my eyes, she is open, every person open her eyes. One day all world open their eyes, and then everything will be destroyed. All this like all this house of the palace of paper or palace of sand destroy. But we have to start with ourselves.
A lot of people feel that the world is quite heavy now.
Heavy.
Do you think that by default, by nature, as a human, as a collective, are we evolving to more love, to more light, to enlightenment? Or do you have concerns that we as a collective, as a humankind, are digressing a little bit?
Yeah, we are feeling very heavy, definitely, because we confused. And there are many informations from outside. And this information, this much information can be, and this information can suppress your knowledge, your discernment. That is the reason everybody is confused. So I always say that for that, to remove this heaviness, first you have to wake up. And then, like suppose someone is going in the water, drowning. If he would like to save, he has to come out. And then he can become free. So, like always, all path or way start from ourselves. We need to wake up our inner potential. Human is very. Sometimes you see many children, they born in very poor family. Many people they form, and then but because they try to wake up, they can become even president of the country. Or many of them I saw in India, many sadhus, they born in very worst family, but they become great saint. great sadhu, great Swami, they got enlightenment. Because they try to recognize their inner potential. They try to recognize their inner power inside. So always we need to focus our inner power. I am telling you, when you start to focus your inner power, you will see like you are the most powerful person. And you can do anything in your life. Even you can get enlightenment.
Questions?
I'm wondering what's your opinion on people who go on this path of self-reflection, but then end up doing like spiritual bypassing, where they're kind of going towards the light to avoid looking into their own shadows, and how that can be a trap for people, and why seeking, or if seeking too much light and pushing away the shadow of ourselves, where that can lead a person to.
I will try to paraphrase his question, Guruji, a little bit.
My English is so and so little.
No,
so.
I saw his intention.
Yes.
Yeah, so our dear friend is talking about spiritual bypassing. And
Spiritual bypassing.
bypassing. Sometimes, Guruji, people try to go in direction of spirituality, but they get confused. And the way I understand this, and maybe we can talk about that, is we have this nature, and we're thinking that there's something outside, that spirituality is something outside of that, so we forget our lives. We have these 5 elements, and we feel, oh, we're so enlightened, we're doing so many things, but we continue to do damage to life itself on this earth. So spiritual bypassing means we don't learn how to wash our own dishes, but we're trying to teach people how to do many things. So maybe we can talk a little bit, Guruji, about our connection with what is in front of us, this nature, the 5 elements, and how, because all life comes from this.
Yes. Actually, first thing we need to understand about, actually we are all the time confusing. We have 3 bodies, this physical body, pranic body and your mental body. And these all bodies connected with these 5 elements. 5 elements like earth, wind, fire, water, ether. And we are part of this. And nowadays, everybody is sick. People are losing connection with earth. People are losing connection with wind. People are losing connection with fire. People are losing connection with ether. I am telling you, I was in Sardinia with Ogi. We were sleeping under, sky. I feel lot of energy, because I feel like all these stars, they are giving some energy. And also I remember when I was very small, I always sleep in roof. And I like I am getting something, like they are blessing me, because they have energy. Like sun has energy, moon has energy, Mars has energy, Jupiter has energy, Saturn has energy. Same way, every stars, they are giving something to the human. They are giving something to this earth. So when I was small, and I always run and sleep outside, my parents, they say, no, don't go there, and it is very cold, you will be sick, and these and that. And then I slept, and then automatically after few minutes or few hours, I wake up my eyes and go to the roof with my blanket even in winter time, and I, cover my body with blanket, and I only see stars. And sometimes I feel like this stars is like giving something. Sometimes I try to connect, and sometimes I feel like I am traveling in in the like a galaxy, and I feel very love, and like my heart is totally open, full of joy, full of love. So nowadays, especially in Western world, I saw people are all the time they are in house. They have no connection with earth. They have no connection. They have no mineral water, filter water, and there is no fire. There is only micro, what we say, micro cooking, microwaves, and always like heating and these and that. So we are connecting these 5 elements. Never go outside. Never connect with with nature. So that is the reason why we are becoming sick. Otherwise a monkey, they never become sick. I have in my ashram black monkey. Also you saw them. I never saw this monkey to become sick. Never. They always take, I am not against of you can live in a house or what, but you need some connection with the nature. There is one doctor, very famous doctor in India. He would like to, like inject some virus in this monkey. This langur, we say langur. Since 40 years he is doing this, but never successful. Even corona time he would like to inject this corona also this monkey. this virus died, but monkey nothing has happened. Why? Because human, the antibody, what we say, antibody, it become very weak. So nowadays, like medical science, they don't, if they have some experiment, they work on like mouse and, some, this kind of who has very low antibody. If they do some experiment, some like on virus or anything, they never do with monkey. And monkey is very close to the human. So monkeys having very, according to the scripture, the most advanced, organs. Human have most advanced organs than any animal. But still we are becoming sick. Why? Because we are not aware about these 5 elements. So these 5 elements, if you are connected, and when you are living in like we become very unbalanced, if you are connected with that, your mind is peace, lot of oxygen, lot of joy, and if you have joy, less impurities, and your mind mentally also you become very balanced. And if you become mentally very balanced, and then automatically spiritually you can become balanced. So this is the if you would like to make balance your life, and then you have to connect with this beautiful nature, beautiful elements. And what he asked the question, I forgotten the question. What is your question? Who is asking?
Yes, it was just for people who kind of lose their way on the spiritual path, and how maybe they
so we become like far from the nature, far from everything. That is the reason we confused, lost. But in this divine process, what I am teaching, this divine process in automatically reconnect with your 5 elements automatically. Because when when I give blessing, and with this blessing, automatically your inner potential is become very strong, automatically. And this inner potential, this much prana create, even automatically this inner potential start to take all kind of 5 elements and start to give you. Even you are sitting in the room, it give you fire, it give you fire, it give you fresh like wind, and earth element can take from the space, and like earth, water, fire, and wind, and like ether element. All element start to give even from outside. If you are sitting inside, but you will feel like you are getting all 5 elements. This is very practical, I am telling you. When you get this blessing, only you know what is happening. All elements is developing inside automatically, and you will enjoy. This is the beautiful of this divine process. Beauty of this divine process.
Yeah, I love the analogy that you used earlier about if you book a 5-star hotel, you don't think that you'll be there forever, and like equating the earth and our experience on life as a stay in a 5-star hotel that we can experience. So what do you think is the ultimate home, or where is it that our souls live? Like where are we beyond this earth?
Soul is when a drop go in the ocean, it become ocean, and then new clouds come. This is like some kind of cycle. It is happening in our life. So soul is not something like that, some special something living, but when a person get enlightenment, he become merged in this universe. But this you are talking about the normal person. This soul is always take another birth with the impurity, with the purity or impurities. So according to the purity, impurity, I suppose someone is did many bad karma in his life, and then he has to take birth in like very normal family, or like very the family not happy family, or very low family. And if you did good karma, you can take your birth in very good family, so you can continue further your journey. So everything is in space. But when a person get enlightenment, and then can become merged with with this Almighty God on truth. But there is sankalp. If you like, you can come back. But when a person get enlightenment, and then the nature, the control of nature, cannot you come with your wish, you go with your wish, like a control of Vidhata means like the nature, the creation is not applicable on you. If you like, you can come. If you like, you can go. And with full of with full of potential, and fully with freedom. Nothing can be applicable on you, any kind of rules, regulations, like we mentioned about in scripture, like Krishna come with their own wish, Rama come in own wish. Whenever they like, they can go. If they like, they only try to manage this world, try to help people, try to develop the human qualities. So a person can come in this vision, or in this way.
Okay, thank you. If we have any last questions for the circle before closing off for today.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Would you like to share a final message for whoever is listening to us today in this physical space and as well anywhere, whoever is watching the recording?
So only I would like to tell you here, because this divine process is very practical. It's not like I am not based on belief. Like this morning you are sitting with me in meditation and you felt it. This is the first day. When you go more and more and more, and you will go more deep and more deep. And how much you will enjoy one day in your life, you will see. I am not telling that if you do that, not now, if after death you will go to the heaven and this and that, and you will get something there. Even in heaven, if you are looking something, it means this impure desire inside. That's why you are looking. Some people say you will have lot of money, you will have, it means you have desired this. You are not free. Even if you have some desire in the heaven, you are greedy, you need this. With this divine process, like you feel very complete, like I don't need anything, I have everything. I have full joy, I have full love, I have full beauty. Even you are living in the heaven, and if you desire, oh, I need this woman, I need this money, I need this food, this kind of food, and it means you have desires. You are also suffering with desire in the heaven. What kind of heaven is that? You never feel completely in the heaven, and what kind of heaven? So this, I am telling, in this life you feel very complete, very independent. You never feel I need anything. Everything is happening, but you never feel I cannot live without that. You feel I am very, like aham brahm param dhamam, like I am complete. This is my ultimate state of consciousness. This is me. I am very complete myself. I don't need anything. And everything is mine. Everything is yours. But even then you have no desire to anything. So anybody, if they are interested, you are most welcome with freedom. And I am not interested to to make you following and all these things and this. I am like a candle. I wake up your candle, you are free. You don't need to follow me. I wake up the light in you, and you are free. I am not interested I am not a teacher. I am just practical light. And when you sit with me in meditation, and you will feel this light, and you will enjoy. It's very practical. Hari Om.
Thank you. And for those watching, if they want to experience this meditation with you, you mentioned you do a satsang. How can they connect with you?
Satsang is only because sometimes people are very confused. They don't understand. Satsang means I would like to clarify.
Right.
But satsang is also not sufficient. You have to have experience. If I just telling satsang, telling, all world is telling, all teacher is telling, all the time you are listening, every Friday or every Sunday, but people are the same. So I am not a teacher or a speaker. I always give importance to the feeling, like practical.
Right.
So if you like to have any practical, if you like to enjoy your life, you have to come. I bless you, and you sit in meditation, and you will get it.
And how can people connect with you or reach out to you? Where's
So
the
there are
best way?
two ways are there. Now I am already here, so anybody can come, and Ogi, he will tell you the timetable, and also sometime I come online. Even you will also can connect with me, like on Zoom or something. So he will explain you. Hari Om.
Pranam Guruji. So this Sangha or spiritual family or however you want to call, is all voluntary. So when you experience something, one second. Very nice alarm. So we all work from the heart to self-organize, because Guruji, you know, we just come to him and we start feeling really good. So what happened during COVID, we couldn't gather with him, so we started to connect online in the Zoom. And we discovered that it's the same, because this love is beyond time and space. It just, and actually it was very auspicious, because you can sit in your home and you're comfortable and you connect with yourself. Guruji is just there to remind us with some words, but mostly the blessing. Once you receive blessing, then you don't need anything from outside. So somehow we create, we have a website, and we have this a little bit like a community space in a mighty network. So I'm happy to share that. You can post it with your interview. This is just how we come as a community, and Guruji generously offers every minute of his life to serve the community. So we have few satsangs every week, some in English, we have some in Portuguese, and one that is translated to Spanish, so that we're trying to help each other to have availability for this to the whole community. And once you really understand how the Shaktipat system works, which is somehow you come to radical self-reliance within yourself, you're absolutely complete, and then you don't really need anything from outside.
Thank you for this beautiful, you are also trying to do very good services to help humanity. I would like to thank many things to you, and you have a lot of kindness and love for the humanity. That's why you are doing that. So very good.
Guruji, you facilitator of love and freedom. Thank you so much for bringing your wisdom to our community, for your time, for being the inspiration. Thank you.